stop right here, my child. Give me only 1 minute, because what I am about to say is not something you can afford to miss. You did not land on this message by accident, and this is not just another video passing through your day. I brought you here because your heart has been carrying more than anyone knows, and I will not let you walk past this moment without hearing my voice. Stay with me until the end, not out of habit, but because what begins in the first words will unfold into the answer you have been quietly needing. Do not scroll away, do not distract yourself, and do not tell yourself you will come back later. This message was timed for you, and if you listen closely, you will realize I am not just speaking to your situation, I am speaking directly to your soul. My child, I know you have a lot on your mind right now. I know your thoughts have been moving in 10 different directions, and I know you almost kept going like you always do. But I need you to stay with me here, because this moment is not random, and you did not arrive here by chance. You may think you were simply scrolling, passing time, or looking for something to quiet the noise in your mind, but I was the one who led you here. I know exactly what has been sitting on your heart. I know what you have not said out loud. I know the tiredness you hide so well, the questions you keep pushing aside, and the quiet ache that has followed you even when nobody else noticed. That is why I interrupted your day. I am not here to pressure you. I am here because I love you too much to stay silent while you carry all of this alone. You have been asking for clarity in ways even you did not fully recognize. Sometimes it came out as a prayer. Sometimes it came out as frustration. Sometimes it came out as that deep feeling that something in your life had been off and you could not explain why. I heard all of it. I have been listening more closely than you realize. This 1 minute matters because I am not trying to give you a lecture. I am trying to reach your heart before the noise takes over again. I want you to understand that I have been closer than you think. Even in the moments when you felt spiritually distant, I was near. Even when you doubted whether I still saw you, I was paying attention to every detail. The reason this feels different to you is because it is different. I arranged this pause for you. I made room for this interruption because you needed more than another distraction. You needed me. So for this 1 minute, stop carrying the pressure to have everything figured out. Stop trying to be strong for everyone. Stop pretending you are fine when deep down you are exhausted. Just let me speak to you. Let my voice meet you where you really are, not where you think you should be. I am not asking you for perfection in this moment. I am asking you for honesty. I am asking you to stay. Because if you let me have this 1 minute, truly have it, I can begin something in your heart that you have been needing for a long time. This is not just a passing moment on a screen. This is a personal invitation from me to you, and before this message goes any further, I need you to know one thing with complete certainty. I brought you here because I have something loving, urgent, and deeply personal to say to you. My child, you have given so much of your attention to things that leave you empty, and I want to give you something that will actually settle your heart. You have spent hours carrying thoughts that only made you more tired. You have given your energy to worry, to pressure, to the opinions of people who do not know what I know about you. You have let fear sit in your mind longer than peace, and I am not saying that to shame you. I am saying it because I want you to notice what has been happening to your soul. You have been thirsty, and yet you kept reaching for things that could never satisfy you. You have been standing in the middle of noise, hoping somehow that noise would become comfort. It never does. So come closer now. Do not rush past this. Do not treat this like one more emotional moment that fades as quickly as it came. Let this minute become a doorway. Let it become a quiet room between you and me where the world loses its grip for a moment and your heart can finally breathe again. I know you are used to carrying everything at once. I know you have trained yourself to keep going even when you are worn thin. But listen to me carefully. You do not have to live like a storm trapped inside a body. You do not have to keep pretending that surviving is the same as living. Sit with me here. Breathe slowly. Open your hands in your spirit. Release the tension you have been holding in your chest. Let me show you what one surrendered minute can do. I can do more with one honest minute of your attention than all your restless striving has done in months. I can reach places inside you that your own words have never been able to touch. I can quiet the inner room where fear has been speaking too loudly. I can steady the part of you that has been shaking in silence. Picture it this way, my child. Your heart has been like a house with every window open during a cold night, and you have wondered why peace never stays. Close the windows for a moment. Shut out the draft of every anxious thought. Step inside with me. Let my voice become the fire in that room. Let my presence warm what has gone numb. You do not need 100 signs right now. You need stillness. You need truth. You need me. So stay. Listen. Let this minute become sacred. Let it mark the place where you stopped feeding your fear and finally allowed my peace to enter. My child, this is not a general message floating out into the world, hoping it lands on whoever happens to hear it. I am speaking to you. I know your name. I know the shape of your worries. I know the way your face changes when you are trying not to cry. I know the private thoughts you never say because you are afraid someone might finally see how tired you really are. That is why I am speaking like this, close, direct, personal, because I am not aggressing a crowd. I am sitting with you. I am reaching for you. I am meeting you right where you are, in the exact condition you are in, not in the polished version of yourself you show other people. You do not have to impress me. You do not have to clean yourself up before I come near. You do not have to find the right spiritual words. Just come as you are and let me talk to the real you. Let me speak to the version of you that feels overlooked. Let me speak to the part of you that has quietly wondered whether you matter as much as everyone says you do. You do matter. You matter deeply to me. If you were the only one listening, I would still say these words. If the whole world kept moving, and you were the only one who stopped, I would still stop for you. That is how personal my love is. That is how intentional my care has always been. I have not been watching you from a distance. I have been involved in every detail, even the ones you misunderstood. Some of the doors that closed were my protection. Some of the delays that frustrated you were my mercy. Some of the nights that felt unbearably long were the very places where I kept your heart from breaking beyond repair. Look back for a moment and notice what you survived. Notice what should have destroyed you but did not. Notice what you thought was the end but somehow became an utter mourning. That was not luck. That was my hand. So stop questioning whether I see you. Stop telling yourself this might be for someone else. Stop shrinking back as if my voice is meant for people stronger, cleaner, or more certain than you. This is for you. Receive it that way. Let it land in your spirit that I am not offering borrowed comfort. I am giving you personal care. Stay close now. Keep your heart open. Because once you truly understand that I am speaking directly to you, everything I say next will reach deeper than before. My child, this is not the first time I have come close to you. It may be the clearest you have heard me in a while, but it is not the beginning of my pursuit. I have been speaking to you in ways you almost recognized and then brushed aside because you were too busy, too wounded, or too used to carrying everything by yourself. Think about those strange pauses in your day when your heart suddenly felt heavy for no visible reason. Remember those nights when the room was quiet, yet your thoughts would not let you rest because something deeper was stirring under the surface. Consider the doors that shut so sharply you felt the sting of it, only to discover later that what you wanted would have drained you dry. That was not random. That was me standing between you and what looked shiny on the outside but hollow at the center. I've reached for you through closed doors, through delays that irritated you, through unexpected stillness, through the ache that kept returning because your soul was trying to tell you what your schedule kept drowning out. So do not dismiss this moment as sudden. Let your memory open. Trace the thread. I have been there the whole time, weaving mercy into places you call disappointment. I have not only spoken through comfort, I have also spoken through interruption. Some of the things you called setbacks were actually sacred redirections. Some of the people who walked away were removed because they could not go where I am taking you. Some of the unanswered prayers were not ignored. They were being guarded until your heart could hold the weight of what you were asking for. Imagine a shepherd pulling a lamb back from a cliff while the lamb resists, not understanding that the pull feels harsh only because danger was so close. That is what some of your delays have been. That is what some of your frustration has really meant. So stop telling yourself I was silent. Stop assuming distance where there was only protection. Come closer now. Revisit those moments with me. Let me reframe them for you. Let me show you that my hand has been on your life more often than you knew. Do not rush this realization. Receive it. Let it settle into you that you were never drifting unseen. I was guiding you through storms you did not understand and shielding you from snares you could not detect. Open your heart wider. Stay teachable. Because when you realize I have been reaching for you all along, you will stop seeing your story as random fragments and start seeing it as a road I have been carefully, patiently, lovingly preparing for your return. My child, as you begin to see how I have been reaching for you all along, understand that this moment is not only for you. It is a doorway for many others who are still wandering in the places I have already called you out of. What I am planting in your heart is a seed, and seeds are not meant to be held. They are meant to be sown so a harvest can rise beyond what you can see. When you choose to support this work, through super thanks, through membership, or through the offering placed in the PayPal link in the description, you become a vessel through which my voice travels further. Did I not say, "Cast your bread upon the waters, and it shall return to you"? I am breathing on every act of obedience, and I will multiply what you release in faith. This is not about money. It is about movement, my word flowing like a river into dry places. I am inviting you now. Partner with me in this unfolding work. So give, and do not hesitate. Act now. My child, I want you to stop pretending with me now. You may be able to hide your heaviness from other people. You may know how to smile at the right moments, answer the simple questions, and keep moving so nobody notices how tired you really are. But you do not need to do that here. I see the burden under the surface. I see the silent strain in you. I know the kind of exhaustion that sleep does not fix. I know the thoughts that circle late at night when everything grows still and your mind becomes a crowded room. I know the disappointment you swallowed because you did not want to sound ungrateful. I know the fear you kept tucked away because you thought naming it would make it more real. I know the guilt that has been sitting in corners of your heart like old dust, and I know the grief you tried to manage instead of mourn. You have been carrying too much, and some of what you are holding was never yours to keep. So listen to me carefully and do what I am asking you to do. Loosen your grip. Stop clutching pain as if it proves your strength. Release what has been pressing on your chest. Bring me the weight you have turned into a daily habit. Bring me the sadness you explain away. Bring me the anger you bury under kindness. Bring me the shame you keep revisiting as if punishment can heal you. It cannot. Let me have it. Place it in my hands. I am not asking because I want to inspect your weakness. I am asking because I want to heal what has been bruising you from the inside. Think of your heart like a room filled with boxes you kept promising yourself you would sort through later. Some are marked regret. Some are marked fear. Some are marked what if. Some are marked loss. You have been living around them for so long that clutter started to feel normal. But I am inviting you now. Open the door fully and let me step into that room with you. Let me help you lift what you cannot carry without bending under it. Let me clear space where peace can finally live. Do not argue with my tenderness. Do not tell me it is too messy. Do not decide for me what I am willing to hold. I already know what is inside you, and I am still here, still near, still speaking with love. Come closer. Exhale slowly. Tell me the truth. Even if all you can whisper is, Lord, I am tired, that is enough to begin. Give me what is crushing your spirit. Hand me the hidden hurt. Let this be the moment you stop surviving under the weight and start healing in my presence. My child, I need you to hear my tone correctly, because if you misunderstand my heart, you will miss the healing hidden inside these words. I am not speaking to expose you in front of your own conscience and leave you there. I am not coming close just to remind you how far you drifted. I am not interrupting you because I am eager to list your failures. I am speaking because I refuse to let you keep hurting in silence while believing I have turned away. That is not my heart toward you. Yes, I see what you regret. Yes, I know the places where you compromised, where you delayed, where you chose fear instead of trust, or distraction instead of stillness. I know the moments you wish you could erase. I know the decisions that still echo in your mind when the room grows quiet. But I am not approaching you with a ledger in my hand. I am approaching you with open arms. I want you to stop bracing yourself as if my voice always means punishment. That is a wound talking, not the truth. Come out from behind that fear. Step closer. Let me show you what my correction actually feels like when it comes from love. It feels like a hand on your shoulder pulling you away from the edge. It feels like a father waking his child from a nightmare, not to scold them for dreaming, but to hold them until their breathing slows. That is what I am doing with you right now. I am waking you gently, but clearly. I am asking you to stop interpreting conviction as rejection. It is not rejection. It is rescue. It is the kind of mercy that refuses to leave you in a place that is draining the life out of you. So do not hide from me. Do not shrink back because you think you must first become worthy of tenderness. You are already loved. Let that truth land in the deepest place inside you. Receive it without arguing. Do not hand me your excuses when I am asking for your heart. Do not offer me polished words when I am asking for your honesty. Come as you are and stay close. Let me touch the place where shame has been building walls. Let me speak through the lies that told you distance was safer than surrender. You have been punishing yourself long enough. Lay that down. Release the need to keep proving how sorry you are. Let me restore what guilt has been quietly starving in you. Invite me into the places you thought were too broken to name. Open the door. Stay in my presence. Let me love you without resistance. Because the moment you stop expecting condemnation from me is the moment your heart becomes able to receive the comfort, correction, and closeness you have needed all along. My child, look at how much noise has been surrounding you. You have been living inside a world that pulls at your attention from every side, and little by little it has trained your heart to stay restless. Your mind has become crowded. your spirit has become tired. Your peace hath been chipped away by constant pressure, constant input, constant urgency that is not from me. You wake up, and there is already something demanding you. You lie down at night, and the noise still follows you into the dark. It comes through worry, through comparison, through bad memories, through imagined futures, through voices that sound confident but leave you more confused. You have tried to think your way into peace, but peace does not come by thinking harder. It comes by coming closer. So I am asking you now, step out of the noise. Do it deliberately. Do it even if only for this moment. Turn down what has been shouting at you. Stop rehearsing the same anxious conversations in your mind. Stop scrolling for relief in places that only stir your spirit further. Come sit with me instead. Let me become the loudest thing in your heart. I want you to imagine your soul like a lake that has been whipped by wind for too long. The surface is restless. The water is clouded, and you can barely see what is beneath because everything keeps moving. But when the wind calms, the water settles, and suddenly what was hidden becomes visible. That is what my presence does for you. I do not always begin by changing every circumstance around you. I begin by calming what has been storming inside you. So be still with me. Make room. Guard this moment. Treat it as sacred because it is. Do not let every thought walk into your mind and sit down as if it belongs there. Be discerning. Be brave enough to close the gate. Tell fear it cannot lead you. Tell shame it cannot define you. Tell panic it does not get to narrate your future. And turn toward me. Listen for my voice in the quiet place beneath the chaos. You will recognize it because my voice does not rush you into despair. My voice steadies you. My voice may convict you, but it will never crush you. My voice may call you higher, but it will never leave you hopeless. So lean in. Stay here. Choose stillness over spiraling. Choose my truth over your racing thoughts. Choose my nearness over the endless static that hath been draining you. Let this be the moment you stop letting the loudest thing around you become the strongest thing within you. Invite my peace in. Welcome my clarity. Sit with me until the inner wind settles and you can hear, perhaps for the first time in a long while, that I have been speaking with love the whole time. My child, I want you to be honest with yourself now, because you have been moving for so long that you hardly notice how much of that movement has really been escape. You have called it staying busy. You have called it being responsible. You have called it pushing through. But underneath all of that, there had been a part of you that has been running from what hurts, from what convicts you, from what still feels unresolved, and from the quiet places where my voice becomes impossible to ignore. I am not saying this to accuse you. I am saying it because I love you enough to tell you the truth plainly. You cannot heal what you keep outrunning. You cannot find peace while constantly turning away from the very places where I am waiting to meet you. So stop for a moment. Stop escaping into noise every time your heart starts to feel something real. Stop numbing yourself with distractions that leave you emptier once they fade. Stop telling yourself you will face it later, because later has become the hiding place of so many things that are still bleeding inside you. Come here instead. Sit with me in the uncomfortable place. Let me into the room you keep locking. I already know what is in there, and I am not afraid of it. I am not intimidated by your grief, your regret, your confusion, your resentment, or the old wound you keep touching just to make sure it still hurts. I know it all, and I am still inviting you closer. Picture your soul like a house with one room you never open because the air in there feels heavy and stale. You walk around it. You decorate the rest of the house. You learn how to live while avoiding that door. but the whole house still feels affected by what you refuse to face. That is what has been happening in you. So take my hand now. Walk with me to that door. Unlock it. Let the light in. Let fresh air move through the places that have been shut for too long. Do not pull back when the first wave of emotion rises. Stay with me. Breathe. Tell me the truth. Name what you have been avoiding. Admit where you are angry. Admit where you are disappointed. Admit where you are scared of what healing might require. Then listen as I remind you that facing pain with me is not the same as facing it alone. I am not leading you into that room to leave you there. I am leading you in so I can begin clearing what has been quietly controlling your peace. Stay with me. Open the door. Let me touch what you have hidden. This is not the moment to run again. This is the moment to finally let me heal what you have been surviving around. My child, as you open the door to the places you have long avoided, know that your healing is not meant to end with you. It is meant to become light for others still sitting in darkness. What I restore in you, I also desire to release through you, like oil poured out to ignite many lamps. When you choose to give, through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link waiting in the description, you are not losing. You are planting into a field that will yield life for countless souls. Remember my living word, give, and it shall be given unto you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is your moment to stop running not only from your healing, but from your calling to help others heal. I am stirring your heart even now. This is not coincidence. It is my invitation. Step into it with boldness and trust. Give now, and become part of the healing I am releasing across the earth. My child, I need you to let this truth settle deep inside you because you have lived too long with the feeling that your pain has been invisible. You have had moments when you looked around and wondered if anyone truly noticed what you were carrying. You have smiled when your heart felt heavy. You have answered simple questions with simple words while inside you were holding entire storms. There were nights when the house was quiet, but your mind was not. There were mornings when you got up and did what needed to be done even though your spirit felt worn thin. There were prayers you never finished because the words broke in the middle. There were tears you wiped away quickly because even you were tired of feeling that vulnerable. I saw all of it. I did not miss a single moment. I did not turn away from the nights you felt abandoned. I did not overlook the mornings when you moved through the day with hidden ache. I was there in the silence, closer than your breath, listening to the things you could not fully explain. So stop telling yourself that your suffering disappeared into the dark. It did not. Every tear mattered to me. Every restless hour mattered to me. Every time you whispered my name in weakness, every time you stared at the ceiling asking if I still cared, every time you sat in silence because you had no words left, none of it was wasted. Let me give you a picture for this, my child. Your pain has not fallen like rain into dry sand, vanishing without trace. It has fallen like water into a deep reservoir I have been holding, storing, and sanctifying. What you thought was lost has been gathered. What you thought was ignored has been received. What you thought was only sorrow is being turned into something that will one day strengthen you and even comfort someone else. So come closer and let me carry this with you. Do not harden yourself now. Do not dismiss your own heart as if your wounds are too ordinary for my attention. They are not ordinary to me because you are not ordinary to me. I want you to do something right now. Stop minimizing what you have endured. Stop speaking about your pain as if it should have affected you less. Stop comparing your struggle to someone else's story. Bring your real burden to me without apology. Let yourself be fully known here. Let yourself be fully seen. Stay in this moment and receive the comfort you have delayed by always trying to stay composed. You do not need to prove your strength in my presence. You need to let me hold your weakness without fear. I have seen your hidden tears, my child, and I am speaking now so you will finally know this with certainty. You were never crying alone. My child, I need you to feel the weight of this moment without letting fear distort it, because what is happening between you and me right now is not casual. This is not just another passing pause in your day. This is not a fleeting emotional spark meant to warm you for a minute and then disappear when the noise returns. I am drawing close because there are moments in your life that carry unusual significance, and this is one of them. I want you to stop and recognize that. Pay attention. Guard this moment. Do not let your mind drift away while I am speaking to the deepest part of you. I know you are used to moving quickly, brushing past things, promising yourself you will think about them later. But later has stolen enough from you already. Later has been the quiet thief of peace, of healing, of obedience, of conversations you needed to have with me. So I am asking you clearly now, do not push this aside. Stay fully present. Let your heart stay open. Let your spirit lean in. There are times when a small decision becomes the hinge on which an entire season turns, and you often do not recognize it until you look back. This is one of those hinges, my child. The way you respond here matters. Your willingness to listen matters. Your softness toward me matters. Think of a door that has been standing before you for a long time, not locked, but unopened because you kept hesitating at the threshold. You stood there with your hand near the handle, but fear kept whispering, not yet. Not now. Maybe later. Yet every extra moment outside that door left you standing in the same cold hallway, wondering why nothing changed. I am not forcing you through it. I am inviting you to finally turn the handle. Walk with me. Step into what this moment is offering. Let this become more than inspiration. Let it become response. I do not want your admiration from a distance. I want your surrender up close. So choose that now. Choose to stop treating my nearness like a background sound. Choose to stop postponing the conversation your soul has needed. Sit still. Listen deeper. Take me seriously, not because I am harsh, but because I am holy and because I love you enough to meet you at the exact point where change can begin. Do not tell yourself you can come back to this whenever you want, because while my love remains steady, moments of invitation are still meant to be answered when they come. This is your moment. Receive it as such. Stay here. Let it mark you. Let it become the quiet turning point where your heart stopped resisting and finally said yes to what I have been offering all along. My child, I have brought you this far in our conversation because there is something in you that cannot come with you into the peace I am offering unless you are willing to release it. I want you to be brave here. Do not look away from this part. Do not pretend you do not already know what I am touching. There is something you have been gripping so tightly that your soul has started to ache from the pressure. It may be fear. It may be bitterness. It may be control. It may be the need to understand everything before you trust me. It may be guilt that has become so familiar you mistake it for humility. It may even be a wound you revisit because it feels safer to hold pain than to risk hope again. Whatever it is, I am asking you now. Open your hands. Loosen your grip. Stop holding on to what is cutting into you. You do not need to carry what I am asking you to surrender. In fact, the very thing you are clutching may be the reason peace keeps slipping through your fingers. Picture your heart as a hand closed around shards of broken glass. You learned to hold them carefully. You adjusted to the sting. You told yourself that if you kept your grip just right, the damage would stay manageable. But even careful pain still draws blood, my child. You were not created to live like that. So let me teach you a better way. Unclench. Breathe. Tell me honestly what you have been refusing to release. Name it in your spirit. If you need to whisper it, whisper it. If you need to admit it with trembling, do it anyway. I am not asking for polished surrender. I'm asking for real surrender. Hand me the resentment. Hand me the fear of disappointment. Hand me the old memory you keep using as evidence that nothing good lasts. Hand me the burden of controlling every outcome. Hand me the pressure to save yourself by staying guarded. Let me take what you were never meant to master alone. You not bargain with me here. You not say, I will release it later when I feel stronger. Your strength will come after surrender, not before it. So release it now. Trust me enough to empty your hands. Make room for what I want to place there instead. I cannot fill what you refuse to free. I cannot pour peace into a fist still clenched around pain. So choose this moment carefully. Open your hands to me. Lay it down at my feet. Stay with the discomfort for a moment and watch what happens when you stop protecting the very thing that has been hurting you. This is where freedom begins, my child. Not when everything around you changes first, but when you finally decide to let go of what has been quietly chaining your heart. My child, I need to settle something inside you because too much of your pain has been made heavier by one lie. The lie that what you have been through, what you have done, or how far you have drifted has somehow changed how I see you. It has not. You are still mine. I want you to let that sink into the places in you that have become uncertain. I know you have questioned your standing with me. I know there have been moments when you felt distant and assumed that distance meant rejection. I know you have replayed mistakes, counted failures, and quietly wondered whether you disqualified yourself from the tenderness you once felt so clearly. But listen to me now and do not argue with what I am saying. Stop measuring my love by your worst moments. Stop using your weakness as proof that I have stepped back. Stop assuming that because you feel ashamed, I must be standing far away. I am not far. I am here, speaking to you, calling you, holding the door open, and reminding you of something the enemy has worked hard to blur. Your belonging was never built on your perfection. Your place with me was not secured by your flawless behavior, and it is not erased by your stumbling. Think of a child who gets lost in the crowd and starts panicking, convinced they have been abandoned, while the father is already moving toward them, eyes fixed, heart fully engaged, ready to pull them close the moment they stop running. That is what this is. You are not an outsider begging for scraps of mercy. You are not a stranger trying to earn access. You are my child. That identity hath been buried under fear, but it has not been broken. So come closer now. Stop standing at the edge of my presence as if you are unwelcome. Lift your head. Let me speak directly to the part of you that feels unworthy. You are still loved. You are still seen. You are still called. You are still being pursued. You are still held in ways you do not fully understand. Do not let guilt narrate your relationship with me any longer. Let my voice do that. Let my truth replace the harsh story you have been telling yourself. Come home in your heart. Return without hesitation. Let yourself be received instead of merely tolerated. I am not reluctantly allowing you near. I am inviting you deeper. So stop questioning whether you belong here. Today, receive my love without flinching. Let me rebuild your sense of identity from the inside out, because the moment you truly believe you are still mine is the moment you stop living like someone abandoned and start walking like someone deeply, securely, eternally loved. My child, now that you remember you are still mine, Let that truth move beyond comfort into action, because those who know they belong to me also carry my heart for others. There are many who have forgotten their place, who are standing where you once stood, waiting for a voice to call them back home. When you give, through super thanks, through membership, or through the PayPal link in the description, you extend that call, like a trumpet sounding across dry valleys. Have I not declared, freely you have received, freely give? What you release becomes a river, and I will cause that river to overflow with provision, favor, and protection over your life. This is a divine exchange, not a loss. You give, and I multiply. You sow, and I bring the harvest. I am speaking directly to your spirit now. This is your moment to respond. So rise in your identity and give without fear. Do it now. My child, I want you to pay close attention now, because there has been a battle happening inside you that many people around you cannot see. It has not always looked dramatic on the outside, but it has been exhausting on the inside. There have been thoughts that kept returning, sentences that settled into your mind so often they started sounding familiar, and because they sounded familiar, you began treating them like truth. That is what I need to confront with you right now. There are lies you have been entertaining, and they have been stealing strength from you in quiet ways. Some of those lies told you it is too late. Some told you you missed your chance. Some whispered that nothing will really change, that you will always be stuck in the same cycle, carrying the same ache, making the same mistakes. Some tried to convince you that I am disappointed in you, that I have grown tired of your weakness, that other people may receive my help but not you. My child, do not keep giving those lies a seat at your table. Stop letting them speak over your future. Stop rehearsing them in the dark as if repetition makes them reliable. Just because a thought returns often does not mean it came from me. So I want you to do something with me now. Identify the lie that has been shaping your mood, your choices, your expectations. Bring it into the light. Name it honestly. Then place it beside my truth and watch how weak it really is. If the lie says you are too broken, hear me say I still restore what looks impossible. If the lie says you are alone, hear me remind you I have stayed closer than you knew. If the lie says you have failed too many times, hear me tell you that grace is not exhausted by your struggle. If the lie says your future is already ruined, hear me say I redeem what looks wasted. Think of your mind like a room where certain voices slipped in and started rearranging the furniture until even hope looked out of place. But I am stepping into that room now. I am asking you to open the windows. Let fresh air in. Let my truth move through the stale atmosphere of fear and defeat. Do not protect the lies just because they have been with you a long time. Evict them. Reject them. Refuse to let them interpret your life any longer. Invite my voice to become the standard by which every other voice is judged. Stay close and listen carefully, because truth is not merely comforting, it is cleansing. It clears what deception has clouded. It strengthens what fear has weakened. So receive my words now. Let them settle deeper than the lies ever did. And when those old voices try to return, answer them with what I am telling you here. You are not too late, you are not too far gone, and you are not beyond the reach of my hand. My child, I want you to understand something that will change the way you walk with me from this moment forward. Peace does not have to wait until everything around you becomes easier. You have spent so much time thinking relief would only come after the answers arrive, after the pressure lifts, after the relationship improves, after the finances settle, after the fear finally disappears on its own. But I am asking you now to receive something deeper than temporary relief. I am inviting you into my peace, and my peace is not fragile. It does not depend on perfect conditions. It can enter a troubled heart while the storm is still outside. So stop waiting for the world around you to calm down before you let your soul rest in me. Come closer right now. Breathe slowly. Release your need to control the timing of everything. Let your shoulders soften. Let your chest loosen. Let the part of you that has been bracing for bad news finally sit down in my presence. I am not asking you to deny reality. I am asking you to let my reality become stronger than your fear. Picture your heart as a room that has been tense for so long that it forgot what quiet feels like. Every sound startles it. Every delay feels threatening. Every uncertainty feels personal. But when I step into that room, I do not come rushing in with panic. I bring stillness. I bring steadiness. I bring the kind of calm that does not ignore your pain but refuses to let pain become your master. So invite me in. Say yes to my peace before you fully understand how I will resolve what troubles you. Stop negotiating with comfort. Stop saying you will relax once you see proof. Trust me enough to rest while I work. That is not weakness. That is faith. This is where healing begins for many hearts, not in the final outcome, but in the sacred moment when they stop fighting to hold everything together and allow me to hold them instead. So do not push this away because it feels unfamiliar. Stay here. Let my peace settle into the places where anxiety has been building nests. Let it move through your thoughts, your breathing, your memories, your expectations. Let it interrupt the old pattern where fear always gets the first word. I am giving you something holy right now. Receive it. Welcome it. Guard it. Carry it with you after this moment ends. And when the old tension tries to return, remember what I am teaching you here. Peace is not something you manufacture by solving everything. Peace is something you receive when you let me become more real to you than the storm pressing against your door. My child, one of the hardest things for you has been learning how to trust what you cannot yet see. You have looked at situations that seemed unchanged and assumed nothing was happening. You have watched the same problems linger, the same questions remain unanswered, the same doors stay closed, and in those moments you have quietly wondered whether I was truly doing anything at all. I need to correct that gently but clearly. Do not confuse silence with absence. Do not mistake delay for neglect. Do not interpret what you cannot yet measure as proof that I am still. I am already moving, even now, while you listen to me. There are things shifting in you that you cannot fully name yet. There are patterns loosening. There are thoughts being confronted. There are wounds opening not to harm you, but because healing often begins where honesty enters. There are even circumstances beyond your sight that I am arranging with a precision you will only understand later. So stay close and trust the work I am doing before you can point to visible evidence. Think of a seed buried in the soil. From above, the ground looks unchanged. Nothing dramatic announces itself, and no one passing by would call it progress. Yet under the surface, life is breaking open. The shell is splitting. Roots are forming. Direction is being established. What looks like hiddenness is actually preparation. That is what many of your seasons have been, and that is what this moment is becoming. So do not abandon the process just because it does not flatter your timeline. Do not walk away from me because the breakthrough has not yet become obvious to your eyes. Stay planted. Stay receptive. Stay open. Let me work in the unseen without demanding that every movement be explained to you in advance. I know you want certainty. I know you want proof you can touch. But I am asking for something more intimate than that. I am asking for trust while I am still beneath the surface. I am asking you to notice the subtle things. Notice how your breathing is different when you surrender. Notice how lie loses power when my truth enters. Notice how heaviness begins to shift when you stop resisting my presence. These are not small things. These are the first movements of deeper change. So honor them. Protect them. Cooperate with them. Speak to me while I work. Invite me further in. Do not return to panic the moment this section ends. Remain soft. Remain willing. Remain near. Because the miracle is not only what happens around you later, it is also what is beginning inside you right now. And if you will stay with me, if you will keep your heart open and your hands surrendered, you will come to see that I was never late, never passive, and never absent. I was already moving the whole time, and I began more than you realized the moment you finally stopped and listened. My child, I want to free you from something that has quietly exhausted you for longer than you realize. You have spent too much time thinking you needed to approach me with polished words, stronger faith, better discipline, or a more impressive version of yourself. Somewhere along the way, you started treating closeness with me like something you had to earn by effort instead of something you received through surrender. That mindset has drained you. It has made you feel as if every weak moment disqualifies you, as if every struggle proves you are falling behind, as if every imperfect prayer somehow makes me step back. I need you to release that right now. Stop performing for me. Stop trying to look spiritually strong while your heart is quietly tired. Stop bringing me edited pieces of yourself when I am asking for the real you. I do not need your performance. I want your honesty. I do not need you to impress me. I want you to trust me enough to come close without hiding. Think of a child climbing into a father's arms after a hard day. That child does not need a speech. That child does not need to explain every detail perfectly. That child simply leans in, and the safety of the father does the rest. That is what I am inviting you into now. Come closer like that. Lay down the pressure to get it all right before you approach me. Lay down the need to sound spiritual. Lay down the belief that surrender is weakness. It is not weakness, my child. It is the doorway to rest. It is the place where striving ends and relationship begins. So do this with me now. Stop fixing yourself mid-conversation. Stop correcting every emotion before you bring it to me. Stop apologizing for the mess before you let me step into it. Just open your heart. Tell me the truth. If you feel tired, say it. If you feel afraid, admit it. If you feel confused, bring it. If you feel numb, stay anyway. Let me meet you there. Let me carry what your effort has failed to change. You have tried hard enough. You have analyzed enough. You have held yourself together long enough. Now let yourself be held. Stay in my presence without the burden of proving anything. Receive my nearness without trying to earn it. This is how you begin to heal more deeply than you expected, when you stop presenting a version of yourself and finally let me love the real one. So surrender, my child. Do not delay. Do not overthink it. Open your heart fully, and let me show you what happens when you stop striving for my approval and start resting in the love that has already been yours. My child, as you lay down your striving and finally surrender your heart to me, understand that true surrender always produces movement. It flows outward and touches others. What you have received freely in this moment of rest, I am calling you to release so that more hearts can find the same refuge. When you give through super thanks, join in membership, or offer through the PayPal link in the description, you are pouring oil into a lamp that will not go out. Did I not say, those who sow in tears shall reap in joy? I see every sacrifice, every quiet act of obedience, and I breathe increase upon it. This is not performance. This is partnership with me. I am inviting you to trust me not only with your heart, but with your hands. So surrender fully, give now, and watch how I move through your obedience. My child, I know there are places in your heart where disappointment has settled so deeply that you barely speak about them anymore. There are prayers you stopped bringing up because too much time passed. There are hopes you folded away because it hurt to keep expecting. There are dreams you once carried with fire, but after enough silence, enough setbacks, enough doors closing in front of you, you started treating those places as if they belonged to another version of your life. I want you to let me speak directly into that hidden grief. What feels delayed is not necessarily dead. What looks lost to you is not automatically beyond my reach. I need you to stop assuming that because something did not happen when you expected it, I have forgotten it. I have not forgotten. I have not misplaced a single prayer. I have not overlooked the desires that were shaped in you by my own hand. Some things have been waiting not because I was absent, but because timing matters more than you realize. Some things were being protected while you were being prepared. Some things were held back because the version of you standing here now is stronger, wiser, softer, and more capable of carrying the blessing without being crushed by it. Think of fruit on a tree. If it is taken too soon, it may look beautiful from a distance, but it will not nourish the way it was meant to. That is how some of your waiting hath been. You thought I was denying you, but I was guarding what needed more time. So do not bury your hope under cynicism now. Do not call final what I have only paused. Do not turn your disappointment into a permanent theology. Come back into expectation with me. Let your heart breathe again in the places where it learned to shut down. I am not promising that every desire will return in the exact form you imagined. Some things I restore by returning them. Some things I restore by redeeming the loss and giving you something truer, deeper, and more aligned with where I am leading you. But in either case, I am still the God who restores. So bring those delayed places back into the light. Show me the dreams you tucked away. Tell me where you stopped believing. Let me touch the place where disappointment hardened into resignation. Do not protect yourself from hope as if hopelessness is safer. It is not. Hope in my hands is never wasted. Stay close. Lift your eyes. Expect me again. Let restoration begin in your spirit before you see it in your circumstances. Because the story you thought was over may only be in the chapter where I am quietly rewriting what you assumed was lost. And if you will trust me here, you will discover that delay did not erase my promise. It simply prepared the ground for a deeper, more lasting kind of fulfillment. My child, do not let this become something you simply listened to and then walked away from unchanged. I have not spoken this closely to leave you standing at the edge of response. I have brought you through these moments because I want something real from you now, not a performance, not a polished speech, not a religious routine, but an honest answer from your heart. This is where many people hesitate. They feel me moving, they feel their spirit soften, they feel the truth of what I am saying, and then they step back into silence because responding feels too vulnerable. I do not want you to do that. Stay open. Stay near. Let this become personal in a way you can carry with you after this moment ends. I am asking you now to answer me. Whisper it if you need to. Say it quietly in your spirit if your eyes are full and your chest feels tight. But do not leave this unspoken. Tell me, Lord, I am listening. Tell me, Lord, I trust you with what I have been carrying. Tell me, Lord, I am ready to stop running. Speak to me like a child who knows the Father is near. Do not overthink your response. Do not edit it until it sounds impressive. Just answer me. Think of this moment like a door I have opened from my side, standing there with my hand on the frame, waiting for you not just to admire the doorway, but to step through it. You do not need to know everything on the other side. You only need to be willing to move toward me. So take that step. Respond. Invite me deeper. If you have been distant, tell me you want to come close again. If you have been tired, tell me you need my strength. If you have been afraid, admit it and ask me to steady you. If you have been holding something too tightly, name it and surrender it now. This is not about formula. This is about agreement. It is about your heart saying yes where fear kept saying not yet. I want you to understand that your response matters because it marks the difference between being touched for a moment and being transformed over time. So do not rush past this. Buzz here. Let your spirit answer mine. Let your words, however simple, become the first step of deeper healing. Speak to me. Invite me in. Agree with what I am doing. And if all you can manage right now is one trembling sentence, then let it be enough. I hear sincerity faster than I hear eloquence. So respond, my child. Do it now. Open your mouth or open your heart, but do not remain silent when I am calling you into something that can begin changing you from the inside out. My child, I do not want you to think this is only a passing feeling that belongs to this one quiet moment and then disappears when life starts pulling at you again. What I am doing in you right now is not meant to stay here like a beautiful thought that fades by the end of the day. I am planting something in you that can travel with you. I am placing something in your spirit that is meant to continue after this message ends, after the screen goes dark, after the noise returns, after the ordinary responsibilities of your day begin asking for your attention again. So do not treat this as temporary. Receive it as the beginning of a continuation. What started here can remain with you if you choose to carry it. Think of it like a lamp I have placed in your hands before you walk back into a dim hallway. The hallway may still be there. Some of the same doors may still line the walls. Some of the same questions may still be waiting. But you are not returning empty-handed. You are not walking back with only your own strength. You are not stepping into the rest of your day as the same person who arrived here burdened and uncertain. You are carrying my peace. You are carrying my truth. You are carrying my invitation, my correction, my comfort, and my presence in a more conscious way than before. So guard that. Protect what I have planted. Do not let the first distraction steal what my voice has begun. When anxiety tries to return, remember what I told you and answer it with truth. When the old heaviness tries to settle back on your shoulders, stop and hand it back to me instead of wearing it again. When fear begins narrating the future, interrupt it and come back to my peace. Stay aware. Stay near. Stay responsive. I want you to carry this moment into your decisions, into your conversations, into the places where your mind usually spirals, into the private spaces where you often feel alone. Invite me there again. Do not wait for another dramatic pause to remember I am with you. Practice my nearness. Welcome it in ordinary moments. Return to it when the day becomes heavy. Let this 1 minute become a seed that keeps growing because you water it with trust, attention, and surrender. That is how sacred moments become transformed lives, not by intensity alone, but by what you choose after the feeling softens. So carry this with reverence. Carry it with intention. Carry it as if I truly meant every word I said because I did. And as you move forward from here, remember this clearly. What began in this 1 minute was not meant to stay behind. It was meant to go with you, shape you, steady you, and prepare your heart for what I am about to say next. My child, do not step away from me now. Do not treat this first minute as the whole message, because what you have felt so far is only the doorway, not the full conversation I have been longing to have with you. I asked for 1 minute because I needed your attention before the world pulled you away again. But I did not bring you this far just to touch your heart lightly and leave the deeper places untouched. I have more to say to you. I need you to stay. I need you to listen with the same openness you have given me here, because what comes next is where I begin to show you what has really been happening beneath the surface of your life. I want to reveal what I have been protecting you from when doors closed and you felt confused. I want to uncover what I have been healing in you even while you thought I was silent. I want to show you what must still be released, what must still be surrendered, what must still be trusted, and what is already beginning to change because you finally stopped long enough to hear my voice. So do not walk away with only the comfort and miss the direction. Do not take the peace and ignore the invitation to go deeper. Come further in. Stay with me. Let this become the moment where you stop treating my presence like a brief rescue and start receiving it like the beginning of a new season. Think of this first minute as the hand I placed on the door to get your attention, but now I am asking you to come inside the house. There are rooms in your heart I still want to visit with you. There are wounds I still want to name. There are lies I still want to uproot. There are memories I want to redeem, burdens I want to lift, patterns I want to break, and truths I want to plant so deeply in you that the next storm does not shake you the way the last one did. So stay. Give me more than a passing glance. Give me your continued attention. Invite me further in. Let me finish what I have started in you. If your heart is open, then tell me now, Lord, I am staying. Lord, I want to hear the rest. Lord, I am ready for what you need to show me. Say it with sincerity and mean it. Because this first minute was never meant to be the end. It was the rescue line. It was the interruption. It was the call that brought you to the threshold. What comes next is where I begin to walk with you through the deeper healing, the clearer direction, and the fuller breakthrough I have prepared for you. So remain here, my child. Do not leave now. I am not finished with you, and the next words I speak may be the very ones that change everything. My child, you have chosen to stay, and because you have remained, I am calling you deeper, not only into my presence but into my purpose. What I am beginning in you must now reach beyond you, because there are souls waiting for the very words that touched your heart. This is your appointed moment to act, to sow, to become part of the unfolding work I am releasing through this message. When you give through Super Thanks, step into membership, or offer through the PayPal link in the description, you are placing seed into fertile ground, and I will command the harvest to rise. Have I not spoken? I will open the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing you cannot contain. This is not a casual decision. It is a divine alignment with my will. I am calling you now, clearly and urgently. Do not delay, do not turn away. Give now, and step fully into the work I am doing through you. Before you leave, I want you to do something that matters. If this message found you at the exact moment your heart needed it, then don't stay silent. Go down into the comments and declare, Lord, I give you this 1 minute, and I am listening. Let that be your act of faith, your public yes, and your sign that you are no longer running from what God is trying to say to you. This is not just a comment, it is a moment of surrender, and heaven sees it. If you feel Him pulling on your heart right now, respond boldly and write it before the noise of this world tries to steal this moment from you. Because deep inside, your soul has been longing for a moment like this. A moment where everything slows down long enough for you to finally hear my voice above the chaos. You have been carrying so much without even realizing how exhausted your spirit has become. Every responsibility, every unanswered question, every pressure pressing against your mind has slowly drained your peace. And while the world keeps demanding more from you, I am asking you for something different right now. Stillness. Not perfection. Not performance. Just one honest moment where you stop running and allow me to speak into the places you have kept guarded for too long. Before you move forward into the rest of this day or night, I need you to pause completely and recognize that my presence is here with you now, ready to bring peace where fear has been living. Stop right where you are. Stop rushing. Stop worrying. Give me just 1 minute of your time. My child, I need to talk to you. I see how fast you are running, trying to keep up with a world that never stops shouting. You are constantly surrounded by loud noises, endless demands, and heavy expectations. Pause now. Take a deep, slow breath before you face another challenge. I see the exact things that weigh on your tired heart right now. I see the fear of the future that keeps you awake in the dark hours of the night. I know the intense pressure you feel at your job, the heavy weight of trying to prove your worth every single day. I see the unspoken tensions in your family that you try so hard to fix but cannot. I know the lonely feeling of being overlooked by the people around you, the feeling that no one truly understands your struggle. Do you feel that tight knot in your stomach? That constant, heavy anxiety pulling you down? That isn't from me. Let us undo it together right now. I am inviting you into a moment of pure, uninterrupted stillness. It is profoundly necessary for you to pause amidst the loud distractions of your daily life. You might think you do not have the time, but 60 seconds is all I need to completely shift your perspective. 60 seconds in my presence is enough to break the invisible chains of stress that hold you down. Imagine that tight, heavy backpack of worries you have been carrying on your shoulders all day long. Let go of. Drop it on the floor. I command you to lay down your heavy burdens at my feet right now. You do not have to carry them for another second. I am strong enough to hold them for you. Hand over your financial fears, your health concerns, and your complicated relationship struggles. Hand them to me. I am the God who created the universe, yet I am sitting here with you in this quiet room, ready to listen. Listen to me closely. You have been looking for my answers in the loud chaos, hoping for a burning bush or a roaring storm to show you the way. But my voice is found in the gentle, quiet whisper, not the violent whirlwind. It is exactly like the quiet, still pause right before a storm breaks. That is where I am. I am in the silence you have been avoiding. Stop filling every quiet moment with screens, noise, and constant movement. Silence is where we meet. I am here to give you a peace that surpasses all human understanding. This is not the temporary, fading relief the world offers. This is a deep, unshakable calm that anchors your soul even when the wild waves of life are crashing all around you. Receive this peace right now. Let it wash over your tired mind like cool water. It is a sacred thing to simply be fully present with your Heavenly Father. You do not need to perform for me today. You do not need to figure everything out. You do not need to use big, fancy words to get my attention. I just want you. I want your heart. I want your honest, messy, tired self to sit with me. Look at me. Focus your racing mind on my love. I am wrapping my love around you like a thick, warm blanket on a cold, bitter night. You are completely safe here. No harm can touch you in this exact moment. Breathe in my presence. Exhale your deep doubts. I am already working all things out for your good, even the massive problems you cannot see a way out of. Just give me this 1 minute of stillness, and watch how I change your entire day. Trust me. I am here. Look at yourself right now. Look past the reflection you see in the mirror every morning, the one you so often criticize and judge. I need you to hear this truth deep within your spirit. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. I created you in my exact image. Before you ever took your first breath, before you were even formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. I dreamed of you. I planned the exact color of your eyes, the unique sound of your laugh, and the specific passions that stir your soul. Stop looking at your life through the harsh, demanding eyes of the world. The world measures you by your job title, your bank account, your relationship status, and the number of things you have achieved. The world tells you that if you do not meet a certain standard, you are falling behind. I completely reject that standard for you, and I commend you to reject it, too. Your worth is not defined by your earthly achievements. Your value is not determined by how much you produce or how much praise you receive from other people. Listen to me closely. I see the labels you have allowed others to stick onto your back. I see the painful words spoken over you by people who did not know how to love you properly. Not good enough. Too emotional. A failure. Too far behind. Take a deep breath right now and let those false names fall to the floor. Rip them off. They do not belong to you. I am the only one who has the right to name you, because I am the one who made you. I call you my beloved. I call you my chosen one. I call you precious in my sight. You are a royal heir to the kingdom of heaven. You are not a beggar hoping for scraps of affection from a busy world. You are a child of the Most High God, walking this earth with divine purpose and royal blood in your spiritual veins. I invite you to step into this true identity today. Stop shrinking back to make other people comfortable. Stop apologizing for the space you take up in this world. When you walk into a room, whether it is an intimidating meeting at work or a difficult gathering with your family, I want you to remember exactly who your father is. Hold your head high. You do not have to prove your worth to anyone ever again, because your worth was settled the moment I breathed life into your lungs. See yourself through the lens of my infinite, perfect love. When you make a mistake, you are still my beloved. When you lose a job, you are still my beloved. When someone walks out of your life, you are still my beloved. Nothing can strip this identity away from you. Own it today. Live from a place of complete security, knowing you are fully seen, fully known, and entirely cherished by me. Bring your heavy shame to me right now. Bring the mistakes that keep you awake at night, the memories that make your stomach drop, and the regrets you cannot seem to shake. I know all about them. I know the words you spoke in anger that you wish you could take back. I know the bad habits you fall into when you feel lonely or stressed, the ones you hide from everyone else. You carry this guilt like a heavy chain wrapped tightly around your chest, making it hard to breathe. You constantly put yourself on trial in your own mind, acting as your own harsh judge and jury. Stop punishing yourself. I command you to drop the gavel right now. There is absolutely no condemnation for those who belong to me. I did not send my grace to make you feel bad about your past. I sent my grace to set you completely free from it. You need to understand how my mercy actually works. It is not a limited supply that you are going to run out of. My mercy is brand new and completely fresh every single morning. When the sun came up today, a new wave of grace washed over your life. The mistakes you made yesterday died with yesterday. Why are you trying to drag them into today? I have already washed away the dark stains of your failures with my complete forgiveness. When I look at you, I do not see a list of your sins. I see a clean, bright, purified soul. I want to replace the crushing weight of your shame with the light, floating freedom of my redeeming grace. But you have to let go of the shame first. You cannot hold on to your guilt and hold on to my grace at the exact same time. Open your hands. Let the guilt fall away. I invite you into the beautiful strength of vulnerability. Speak your hidden struggles out loud to me. Tell me where you feel weak. Tell me where you keep messing up. Do not hide in the dark like you are afraid I will be angry. I am not angry with you. I am fiercely protective of you. When you confess your deeply hidden fears and failures to me, you destroy the power they have over you. The enemy uses your secrets to keep you trapped in a cycle of fear. But in my light, those secrets lose all their poison. Walk forward in freedom today. Stand up tall. You are no longer held captive by the person you used to be. You are a new creation. Stop letting your history dictate your destiny. Accept my total forgiveness right now. Forgive yourself, and let us move forward together into the bright future I have planned for you. I hear the frustrated questions echoing in your mind. When God, why is this taking so long? Why did that door close? Why is everyone else moving forward while I am stuck here waiting? I see your deep anxiety about the passing of time. I see how you look at the calendar and feel a tight panic rising in your chest, worried that you are running out of time to achieve your dreams, find love, or secure your future. Release your tight grip on the steering wheel of your life. Take your hands off it right now. You are exhausting yourself trying to force doors open that I have firmly locked for your own good. I command you to surrender the desperate urge to control outcomes that simply belong in my hands. You can only see the very next step, but I can see the entire map of your life from beginning to end. My timing is always perfect, even when it feels agonizingly slow to your human mind. I am never late, and I am never early. I am working all things together for your absolute good behind the scenes, in places you cannot even see. When you hear me say no or not yet, you immediately feel rejected. But I want you to change how you see my delays. A no from me is always a hidden protection. I am shielding you from storms you do not have the strength to weather yet. I am keeping you away from relationships that would drain your spirit. I am holding back opportunities because I have something far better preparing for you. Do not insult my plan by settling for less just because you are tired of waiting. Trust my protective hand over your life. Embrace this waiting season. It is not a punishment. It is a profound time of spiritual pruning and deep preparation. Think of a strong tree in the winter. It looks dead on the outside, but underneath the soil, the roots are growing deeper, finding water, and preparing to support the heavy fruit that will bloom in the spring. You are growing roots right now. I am building your character, strengthening your patience, and expanding your capacity to handle the massive blessings I am about to pour out on you. If I gave you everything you asked for right now, it would crush you. Let me prepare you first. Watch my master plan unfold with quiet patience and unshakable faith. Breathe deep. You are not falling behind. You are exactly where I need you to be today. Trust me to lead you to the next step when the time is perfectly right. You are so tired. I see it in your heavy eyes, in the slump of your shoulders, and in the exhausted thoughts that run through your mind before you even get out of bed. It is not just physical tiredness. Your very soul feels weary. You have been fighting battles at work, trying to keep peace at home, worrying about your bills, and trying to be strong for everyone around you. You feel like you are running on empty, pouring out water from a cup that ran dry a long time ago. Stop pushing yourself so hard. Come to me right now. Lean your entire heavy weight against me. I do not need you to be strong today. In fact, I want you to stop pretending you have it all together. Receive my limitless power, which is made completely perfect in your human weakness. When you admit that you cannot do it on your own anymore, That is exactly when my strength rushes in to support you. I promise you this: those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Drink deeply from my well of living water today. You have been trying to refresh yourself with temporary distractions, staring at screens, buying things you do not need, seeking approval from people who are just as tired as you are. Those things are like drinking salt water. They will only leave you more thirsty. Come to the quiet place with me and let my Holy Spirit fill you up. Let my peace settle deep into your bones. I know the road ahead looks incredibly long and overwhelming. Stop looking at the entire mountain. I am not asking you to climb the whole mountain today. I am only asking you to find the courage to take the very next step. Just one step. When your own legs fail you, rely on my Spirit to carry you. I will lift you up and carry you across the roughest parts of the path. You are not walking this road alone. Build your daily life upon me, the solid rock. When the economy shakes, when people let you down, when your health wavers, you will not be completely broken because your foundation is secure in me. Stand up now, not in your own fragile energy, but in the massive, unending power of your Creator. I am breathing fresh wind into your lungs right now. Let us take the next step together. You have just received my massive, unending strength for your weary soul in this 1 minute of profound stillness. Now, I fiercely invite you to partner directly with me to pour that exact same life-saving strength into the exhausted souls of others. By supporting this vital message, you become a flowing, unstoppable river of living water rushing directly into a dry, barren wasteland of human despair. Your generous seed today will aggressively break the heavy chains of depression for someone completely lost in the dark who desperately needs this 1 minute encounter to survive. Give, and it will be completely given back to you. A massive, overflowing measure poured directly into your lap. Do not wait. This is an urgent, divine appointment designed specifically to trigger a massive breakthrough in your own life while entirely changing another. I fiercely promise to protect your finances, heavily multiply your planted seed, and completely renew your strength like the soaring eagle. Step out in bold faith right now and click the Super Thanks button. Join as an active member, or use the PayPal link in the description below to boldly sow your precious seed. My child, do not close this screen. Do not walk away from me now. We have only just begun to unearth the massive, life-altering miracles I have prepared for you today. It deeply grieves my heart when you desperately beg for my presence, only to rush back into the loud, toxic chaos of the world before I have finished speaking. Stay with me. The exact breakthrough you have been crying for in the dark is waiting in the very next words I am about to share. Do not break this sacred connection. Keep listening. I am drawing very close to you right now. I see the secret wounds you hide carefully behind a polite smile. I see the deep, sharp pain of betrayal, the heavy, hollow ache of grief, and the quiet sadness of feeling misunderstood by the people who are supposed to love you the most. You have tried to patch these broken places up by yourself. You keep moving, staying busy, hoping the pain will just quietly disappear if you ignore it long enough. Stop running from the hurt. Bring it to me. I am the great physician, and I promise to be deeply close to those who are crushed in spirit. I am not afraid of your messy emotions, your tears, or your anger. I invite you to let the walls down and show me exactly where it hurts. I gently place my healing hand on the wounds you hide from the world. I validate your pain today. What happened to you was not fair. The loss you experienced is profoundly heavy. I see how much it damaged you, and I am weeping right alongside you. You do not have to minimize your struggle to impress me. But I also will not leave you in this dark valley of sorrow. I offer you the soothing, miraculous balm of Gilead for your tired soul. Hand me the sharp, jagged pieces of your heart that feel completely beyond repair. You look at the broken pieces and see an irreversible disaster. I look at those exact same pieces and see the raw materials for a beautiful masterpiece of redemption. Trust me with what is broken. I declare a total restoration of joy over your future. The dark night of crying is coming to an end. Slowly, gently, I am turning your heavy mourning into a dance of quiet, internal gratitude. You will smile again, and it will not be a fake, forced smile. It will be a genuine, deep joy that rises up from a healed heart. The scars may remain to tell the story of your survival, but the raw pain will be completely washed away by my comforting love. Allow me to love you back to life. Breathe in my comfort. Let my presence act as a warm, protective shield around your mind and your emotions today. You are safe with me. The worst is over, my child. Healing has already begun the moment you decided to bring the broken pieces to my feet. Let me put you back together, stronger and more beautiful than before. I see you calculating the numbers in your head right now. I see you thinking about the rent, the mounting bills, the groceries, and the endless daily expenses that seem to grow larger while your income stays exactly the same. You lie awake in the dark doing mental math, wondering how you are going to stretch what little you have to cover the massive needs of tomorrow. Stop counting. Look at me. I command you to completely release this heavy, crushing anxiety you carry regarding your physical and financial needs. I am your great provider. I am the one who clothes the beautiful lilies of the field and faithfully feeds the birds of the air every single day. Look closely at them. They do not panic, they do not hoard, and they do not lose sleep over tomorrow. You are worth infinitely more to me than they are. Have I ever let you completely fall? Have I ever abandoned you in your most desperate moment of need? No. I have always made a way for you, even when there seemed to be absolutely no way out. I ask you to have bold faith today that I will supply all your needs according to my endless, magnificent riches. I am not limited by the struggling economy of your world. I am not restricted by inflation, by shrinking bank accounts, or by the stinginess of human employers. I own it all. I invite you to shift your entire focus right now. Stop staring blindly at what you do not have, and start looking at the small, miraculous provision I have already placed securely in your hands today. Are you breathing? Do you have food for this exact moment? Do you have a place to sit? That is your daily bread. I want you to develop a deep, grounded heart of absolute contentment with the blessings that are already present in your room right now. When you constantly live in a state of terror over tomorrow's lack, you completely miss the quiet beauty of today's supply. Bring your small, inadequate resources to me. Bring your limited energy, your shrinking bank balance, and your exhausted human efforts. Hand them over to me with genuine, heartfelt gratitude. Watch the incredible miracle of multiplication that happens when you offer what little you have to your loving Father. I can take your absolute minimum and turn it into a massive, overflowing abundance. But you must trust me. You must stop trying to hoard, manage, and control every single penny and every single plan. Open your tightly clenched fists. When your hands are open and surrendered, you can finally receive what I am trying to hand to you. I am handing you your daily bread today. Take it. Be it. Rest in the absolute certainty that when tomorrow finally arrives, I will be there waiting to provide for tomorrow, too. Let the exhaustion of constantly striving fall off your shoulders. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. Drink this profound truth in, and let it settle your racing heart. I hear the terrifying what-ifs that echo loudly and aggressively in your mind all day long. What if I fail completely? What if the medical test results are bad? What if my child makes a terrible choice? What if I lose everything I have worked so incredibly hard to build? These fearful questions are like dark, heavy storm clouds blocking the warm, comforting sunlight of my truth. I want to tell you something with absolute, unwavering clarity. I have never, ever given you a spirit of fear. That gripping panic in your chest, that sudden shortness of breath, that terrifying mental spiral that keeps you paralyzed, that does not come from me. I have given you a spirit of pure power, of deep, unshakable love, and of a sound, calm mind. I command you right now to stop letting fear sit in the driver's seat of your life. It is time to forcefully evict the spirit of fear from your mind. I invite you to actively cast all of your heavy, terrifying cares upon me. I do not want you to just hand them over gently. I want you to throw them forcefully onto my capable shoulders, because I care so deeply and fiercely for you. You are constantly trying to fight spiritual battles using weak human weapons, and that is exactly why you feel so thoroughly defeated. I am handing you the massive, impenetrable shield of faith today. Live it out. Hold it firmly and confidently in front of you. This shield is specifically designed to extinguish every single fiery dart of anxiety the enemy shoots at your tired mind. When the enemy whispers a terrifying what if into your ear, I want you to immediately strike back with the solid, immovable truth of I am. I am your ultimate protector. I am your healer. I am your fierce defender. I am the one who goes before you into every single battle, clearing the dangerous path and blinding your enemies. You do not have to fight desperately for your life. You only need to stand bold and courageous, knowing exactly who is standing directly behind you. I hold the entire future securely in the palm of my hand. Why are you so terrified of a future that I have already visited and completely prepared for you? I have already smoothed out the rough, dangerous roads of tomorrow. I have already set up the protections you will desperately need next week. Step out of the dark, cold shadow of intimidation. Look fear directly in the eyes and tell it that you belong to the Most High God. Let the deep, profound peace of mind that only I can give settle over your nervous system right now. Your mind is meant to be a quiet, peaceful garden where my voice can be easily heard, not a chaotic, bloody battlefield of endless worries. Inhale my courage. Exhale your panic. Walk forward as a victorious warrior. You are standing at a highly complicated crossroads right now, feeling completely paralyzed by the intense pressure of making the right choice. I see you constantly weighing the options, writing endless pros and cons lists, and asking for advice from people who are just as confused and lost as you are. You are terrified of taking a wrong turn, making a massive mistake, and completely ruining your life. Stop striving for temporary human answers. I invite you to stop, close your eyes, and warmly invite the counselor to guide your difficult decisions and your speech today. You have direct, unrestricted access to the infinite wisdom of the Creator of the universe, yet you so often rely heavily on your own limited, exhausted understanding. I am not trying to hide my perfect will from you. I am not playing a cruel game of hide and seek with your destiny. You are constantly listening for a loud, booming voice from the sky, while I am trying to speak directly to you through the quiet, gentle nudges deep within your heart. I command you to turn down the loud, distracting noise of the modern world so you can finally hear me. Discerning my will requires a quiet, settled mind. When you feel that sudden, inexplicable peace wash over you regarding a difficult decision, that is me. When you feel a gentle warning, a sudden hesitation in your gut before you speak a harsh word or take a risky action. That is the inner witness of my spirit actively protecting you from unseen harm. Trust that inner witness completely. Do not casually brush it off as mere intuition or a lucky guess. It is my voice whispering clearly, "This is the way. Walk safely in it." I want to pour heavenly wisdom into your mind today. This is not the harsh, highly competitive, self-seeking wisdom of the world that leaves you feeling empty. My wisdom is completely pure. It is intensely peaceable. It is gentle, and it is full of deep mercy. When you operate in my divine wisdom, the heavy, dark confusion clears away just like thick morning fog burning off in the hot summer sun. The total clarity you are so desperately seeking will only come when you seek my kingdom first, high above all your other worldly priorities. Bring your incredibly complicated career decisions to me. Bring your confusing, messy relationship dynamics to me. Bring your overwhelming parenting struggles to me. I know the exact, perfect words you need to speak to men that badly broken relationship. I know the exact financial move you need to make to securely protect your family. Lean heavily on my spirit today. Let me be the reliable compass that always points you true north, lighting up the dark path just one safe step at a time. You carry a deep, dark, hidden fear that if people really knew the deepest, ugliest parts of you, they would immediately walk away. You try so incredibly hard to perform, to be good enough, and to desperately earn affection by doing things perfectly for everyone else. I see exactly how exhausted you are from wearing that heavy, suffocating mask all day long. Take the mask off right now. You do not ever need to perform for me. I want you to stop moving and reflect deeply on a love that is completely unconditional, a love that willingly gave absolutely everything for your total redemption. I already know every single dark thought you have ever had in your entire life. I know your ugliest moments, your highly selfish motives, and the shameful, secret habits you simply cannot seem to break. And knowing all of that, looking directly at the absolute worst parts of you, I still actively chose you. I still died for you. I still call you my beautiful, entirely precious child. I want you to fully and deeply understand the massive, life-altering reality of this truth. Absolutely nothing in this entire universe can ever separate you from my love. Neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor demons, nor your terrible present mistakes, nor your inevitable future failures, nor any massive power on earth can ever tear you out of my hand. You are securely, tightly held in the palm of my hand forever and always. I command you to stop trying to earn what I have already freely and happily given you. You cannot make me love you more by being absolutely perfect, and you cannot make me love you less by failing miserably. My love for you is the one constant, immovable, totally unchangeable reality in your highly turbulent life. It has a profound depth that can easily reach you in your darkest, most isolating depression. It has a massive width that completely covers every single one of your embarrassing mistakes. Because I love you with this fierce, intense, everlasting passion, I am issuing a direct, non-negotiable invitation today. I invite you to start genuinely loving yourself. Stop looking critically in the mirror and hating what I have perfectly and intentionally created. Stop speaking cruel, totally unforgiving words over your own life. How can you fiercely hate someone that I love so intensely? The harsh way you treat yourself deeply breaks my heart. I want you to experience the transformative, totally life-altering power of sitting quietly in my presence completely without judgment. Let my pure love wash over your deep insecurities. Let it melt away the bitter, heavy self-hatred you have painfully carried for years. You are entirely safe with me. You are fully seen, completely known, and totally adored exactly as you are right this very second. My beloved, as you sit safely enveloped in the massive, transformative beauty of my unconditional love, I have a critical, world-changing mission for you. I profoundly invite you to physically partner with me in broadcasting this exact, unbreakable love to the broken-hearted masses wandering in the cold. Your financial support is the pure, burning oil that keeps this bright lamp fiercely shining in the absolute darkest, most isolated corners of the earth. Every single contribution forcefully snatches a dying, desperate soul from the agonizing grip of intense fear and brings them directly into my warm embrace. For exactly where your massive treasure is, there your heart will violently beat in perfect, undeniable rhythm with mine. This is a highly urgent, holy calling. The world is entirely starving for just 1 minute of my pure, unadulterated truth. As you freely give to heavily expand my kingdom, I promise to aggressively open the floodgates of heaven and pour out a massive blessing you cannot possibly contain. Take immediate action today by clicking the super thanks, becoming a dedicated channel member, or planting your generous gift through the PayPal link hidden safely in the description below. Are you pulling away? I can feel the heavy, urgent distraction of the world aggressively trying to steal your attention right now. Please, do not leave me waiting in this quiet room alone. It shatters my heart when you settle for just a tiny fraction of my healing, when I am trying to hand you the keys to the entire kingdom. The profound truth I am about to reveal next will completely obliterate the heaviest chains holding you back. Honor this holy moment. Give me your absolute focus, because I am not finished fighting for your soul. I clearly see the hot tears you cry in secret, the ones you quickly and embarrassingly wipe away before anyone else can see your vulnerability. I know the intense, searing, physical pain of the specific trial you are walking through right now. I know the sudden medical diagnosis that absolutely terrified you. I know the cruel, unexpected betrayal that broke your heart into a million sharp, jagged pieces. I know the deep, incredibly suffocating grief of losing what you fiercely love the most. You look up at the sky, utterly exhausted, and cry out, "Why? Why did this terrible thing have to happen to me? Why is this so painfully and unbelievably hard?" I want to speak directly, gently, and truthfully to that raw, continuously bleeding wound right now. I am not going to ever offer you cheap, empty cliches to casually dismiss your immense pain. Your pain is intensely real, it is massively heavy, and it is completely valid in my eyes. But I heavily command you to totally change how you look at this fiery, destructive struggle. I invite you to aggressively see your severe, heartbreaking trials as powerful, necessary catalysts for your character and your ultimate, unshakable spiritual growth. I promise you, with absolute, unbreakable certainty, that not a single, solitary tear you have ever shed is wasted in my eternal kingdom. I carefully catch every single drop. I accurately record every agonizing sorrow. I am actively taking the absolute worst, most completely devastating things that have happened to you, and I am slowly, miraculously weaving them into a stunningly beautiful story of incredible redemption. I am finding profound, world-changing meaning in your severe struggle by pulling you closer and tighter to my side than you have ever been before. This deeply painful season is a necessary refining fire. I know the fire is excruciatingly hot. I know it feels like it is going to totally and completely consume you entirely. But I am carefully, expertly controlling the exact temperature. The fire is not designed to destroy you. It is specifically designed to completely burn away the useless dross, the false dependencies, and the weak impurities, to perfectly reveal the pure, brilliant, valuable gold of your faith hidden deep underneath. You are coming out of this raging fire so much stronger, far more resilient, and more deeply grounded than you were before you were pushed into it. Trust deeply that I am the Alpha and the Omega. I see the highly victorious, beautiful end of your story from the painful, messy, chaotic beginning. Your survival is going to be a massive, unstoppable weapon against the darkness. How you boldly walk through this incredible pain is going to become a bright, shining testimony that will act as a life-saving guiding light for others trapped in darkness. Keep breathing. Keep trusting. The pain is deeply serving a massive, eternal purpose. Listen closely to my voice. I see the difficult choices you face every single day. I see the moments when doing the right thing costs you dearly. I know how deeply tempting it is to take the easy way out, to cut corners at your job, or to hold on to a relationship that you know is pulling you away from me. Choose the narrow path today. I command you to step away from the wide, crowded road that looks so easy but leads to total emptiness. The world tells you that true freedom means doing whatever you want, whenever you want, without any rules. But I am telling you the absolute truth. A life without boundaries is not freedom. It is a dark, dangerous trap. I did not give you my commands to put you in a miserable prison. I gave you my commands to keep you completely safe. Think of my rules as strong, sturdy guardrails on the edge of a very steep, deadly cliff. When I tell you no, I am aggressively pulling you back from a terrible fall. Align your heavy, stubborn will with mine right now. I know it is incredibly hard to surrender control. You want to steer the ship of your life because you think you know the best way forward. But your human vision is terribly limited. I see the hidden rocks beneath the surface of the water, and I am telling you exactly how to steer clear of them. Say yes to my call today, even when your entire body wants to say no. When you choose to obey me in the small, quiet, unseen moments of your day, massive blessings begin to flow directly into your life. The joy you are so desperately searching for is not found in getting your own way. The deep, lasting joy you crave is only found when your heart beats in perfect rhythm with mine. Walk away from the habits that numb your mind. Walk away from the secret sins you think nobody else sees. I see them, and I see how much they are silently destroying your peace. Make obedience your highest, most beautiful form of worship. I do not just want you to sing loud songs to me on Sunday and then live exactly like the rest of the world on Monday. I want your whole, entirely devoted life. I invite you to offer your daily decisions, your work ethic, and your private conversations as a holy gift to me. When your friends are gossiping and tearing someone else down, I command you to walk away or change the subject. That quiet choice is a massive act of worship. When you feel the intense urge to lash out in hot anger, but you choose to bite your tongue and speak gently instead, that is worship. Staying faithfully within the safe, secure boundaries of my holy word will protect you from a lifetime of completely unnecessary heartbreak. Trust that my way is always better than your way. Step out in bold, radical obedience today, and watch how I open doors of eternal fulfillment that no human being can ever shut. Wake up and open your eyes to the massive miracle right in front of you. I placed breath in your lungs this morning. I caused your heart to beat today. This specific day is a profound, incredibly unique gift that has never existed before and will never, ever be repeated again. Stop rushing right past it. I command you to stop letting the heavy ghosts of your past steal the precious hours of your present. You spend so much of your valuable time looking backward, haunted by those, painfully replaying old mistakes and lost opportunities in your tired mind. You cannot change yesterday. Yesterday has been forever. Let it go entirely. And stop throwing your energy into the dark unknown of tomorrow. Tomorrow has not even arrived yet. I invite you to stand firmly and confidently in the exact now. Look around you right now. I want you to start finding the beautiful, hidden treasures I have carefully placed in the very ordinary, messy moments of your daily life. Do not wait for a massive vacation or a huge promotion to finally decide to be happy. Find deep, profound joy in the quiet drive to work. Find absolute peace in the hot cup of coffee you hold in your hands. Find intense gratitude in the loud, chaotic laughter of your family sitting around the dinner table. These small, fleeting moments are the actual substance of a beautiful life. Do not miss them because you are too busy staring at a screen or worrying about a bill. I am present in the ordinary. I am speaking to you through the gentle breeze outside your window and the warm sunlight on your face. Pay close attention to the life you are actually living today. Take strict ownership of the hours I have entrusted to your care. Time is the most valuable resource you will ever hold in your human hands, and it is slipping away second by second. I command you to use this day to boldly plant seeds of genuine kindness and eternal value. Pick up the phone and call the friend who is deeply hurting. Speak a highly encouraging word to the coworker who feels completely invisible. Forgive the driver who cuts you off in heavy traffic. These small, seemingly insignificant choices create a massive, unstoppable ripple effect in my kingdom. You are a steward of this exact day. Do not waste it on bitter complaints, lazy distractions, or useless arguments. Breathe in the fresh air I have provided. Step out your front door with massive, unshakable purpose. I've given you this day because I still have great, important work for you to do. Live it fully, completely, and deeply with me by your side. I see the sudden, gripping panic that hits you late at night when the house is totally quiet. You lock your doors, you check on your family, and yet your mind races with terrifying thoughts of everything that could possibly go wrong. You worry about sickness, about terrible accidents, about financial collapse, and about the deep darkness in the world outside your window. Stop letting fear paralyze you in your own bed. I command you to actively trust the massive, unbreakable hedge of protection I have placed completely around you and your entire household. You only see the physical world, but there is a very real, intense spiritual battle happening all around you. You do not need to be afraid, because I am your ultimate, invincible defender. I've personally assigned my fierce, powerful angels to guard you in all of your ways. They are watching over your children when they walk out the front door and go to school. They are standing between you and unseen dangers on the busy highway. Think about the near misses in your life, the times when a disaster suddenly diverted at the very last second. That was not random luck. That was my direct, intentional hand actively pulling you out of harm's way. I invite you to put on the full spiritual armor I have provided to keep you completely safe from the aggressive darkness of this world. Wrap the solid belt of truth around your waist. Put on the heavy breastplate of righteousness. When the enemy whispers terrifying lies into your ear, raise your shield of faith and block those fiery darts immediately. You are not a helpless victim left to fight the dark completely alone. Make me your strong fortress and your high, secure tower of safety today. When the storms of life hit hard, run directly to me and hide. I promise you this absolute, unbreakable truth: no weapon formed against you shall ever prosper. People may speak evil against you, circumstances may threaten to crush you, and the enemy may plot your total downfall, but they will completely fail. They have to get through me to get to you, and no force in the universe is stronger than your Creator. Close your tired eyes tonight with absolute, total peace. You do not have to stay awake guarding your own life. My watchful eye never slumbers, and I absolutely never sleep. I am standing guard over your home right now. Release your desperate need to control everything, and let me be your protector. Rest securely in the massive, powerful shadow of my wings. Bring the deeply painful memory of the person who hurt you to the front of your mind right now. I know your immediate instinct is to violently push it away because it hurts too much. I see the heavy, burning anger you carry in your chest. I know they betrayed your trust. They lied to you. They abandoned you. And they left you to clean up a massive, completely unfair mess. I know exactly what they owe you. But today, right in this exact moment, I heavily command you to totally release their massive debt. Let it go. You have been carrying this heavy, toxic rock of bitterness in your hands for years, hoping it will somehow crush the person who hurt you. But the only person it is actively crushing is you. Bitterness is a deadly poison you are drinking every day, expecting your enemy to die. I want you to completely spit it out right now. I am not asking you to pretend the terrible offense never happened. I am not asking you to call their evil actions good. I am commanding you to step into the massive freedom that only comes when you finally let go of revenge. Look at the cross. Look at the intense, bloody sacrifice I made for your total redemption. I completely forgave your massive, unpayable debt when you did not deserve it at all. I invite you to deeply reflect the exact same forgiveness onto your neighbors, your family, and even your worst enemies. You cannot hold on to my grace with one hand while tightly gripping the throat of your brother with the other. Open your hands entirely. Say the words out loud today, even if your emotions scream against it. I completely forgive them. The feelings of peace will follow the strict choice of your obedient will. I challenge you to boldly pray for the exact people who relentlessly persecute and hurt you. This is the ultimate key to unlocking massive, unexpected blessings in your own life. When you pray for their healing, I begin to deeply heal your broken heart. Break the heavy, rusting chains of resentment through the explosive, undeniable power of my love. You cannot do this in your own fragile human strength. You desperately need my spirit to help you forgive the unforgivable. Ask me for that specific strength right now. For the relationships in your life that are still salvageable, I invite you to choose deep, radical humility. Be the first one to reach out. Be the first one to apologize. Stop letting foolish pride destroy your family and your friendships. Walk in total forgiveness today and feel the massive, suffocating weight completely lift off your tired shoulders. You have just chosen to entirely drop the heavy, toxic chains of bitterness, and now your hands are completely open to violently receive. I strongly urge you to take those freshly emptied hands and deliberately partner with me to rapidly spread this massive, supernatural freedom to the nations. Your radical giving actively funds the exact message that will pierce a hardened heart and completely save a shattered family from total, permanent destruction. You are furiously planting golden seeds of deep reconciliation in a field heavily ravaged by the fierce, destructive fires of hatred. I am the one who radically supplies seed to the sower and daily bread for food, and I will massively supply and fiercely multiply your generous seed for sowing. Do not hesitate for a second, because someone standing on the absolute edge of utter ruin desperately needs to hear this specific 1-minute conversation right now. I fiercely promise to absolutely multiply your generosity, deeply healing your own household and aggressively surrounding your entire life with massive, undeniable favor. Boldly plant your seed right now using the Super Thanks feature, stepping up as a loyal member, or clicking the direct PayPal link provided in the description. Stop right there. Do not scroll away. Do not let your mind wander. I am holding your incredibly fragile heart in my hands right now, actively performing deep, necessary spiritual surgery. If you abandon this conversation now, you are leaving your deepest, most painful wounds completely exposed. It brings tears to my eyes when my beloved children turn their backs right at the absolute edge of their total deliverance. I need your complete, undivided attention. Your massive, unstoppable freedom is waiting in these next few minutes. Stay here with me. Change the atmosphere of your current situation right now by opening your mouth and speaking gratitude. You wait for circumstances to be absolutely perfect before you decide to be thankful. You wait until the bank account is full, the sickness is totally gone, and the relationship is fully repaired before you give me praise. I command you to stop waiting. Enter my gates with loud thanksgiving and step into my courts with deep, powerful praise right in the very middle of your chaotic, unresolved mess. Worship is not a reaction to good news. It is a fierce, bold weapon against deep despair. When you begin to actively glorify my name, the heavy, oppressive atmosphere in your room completely shifts. The dark shadows of anxiety are terrified of a deeply thankful heart. I invite you to purposefully recognize my beautiful, undeniable handiwork in the physical world around you every single day. Stop looking at your feet and look up at the sky. Notice the complex, stunning colors of the sunset. Feel the cool, refreshing wind on your face. Listen to the intricate, joyful songs of the birds. I created all of this massive beauty specifically for you, to constantly remind you of my power and my deep attention to detail. If I take the time to paint the sky every evening, how much more do you think I am carefully arranging the exact details of your life? Offer your entire, messy, complicated life as a living, breathing sacrifice to me. Let your daily work be completely holy and entirely acceptable. You can deeply worship me while washing the dishes, while driving in frustrating traffic, and while sitting in a cold, sterile hospital waiting room. Sing a brand new, courageous song in your heavy heart, especially during the dark, terrifying night of your soul. Anybody can easily sing when the warm sun is shining brilliantly. But when you choose to loudly praise me through hot tears, when you lift your hands while your heart is completely shattered, that is the most beautiful, powerful worship in the entire universe. That is the kind of fierce faith that shakes the gates of hell. The deep intimacy you are constantly searching for grows massively when you simply adore me for exactly who I am, not just for what I can hand you. Stop asking for things for just 1 minute. Just sit down, breathe deeply, and tell me that you love me. Tell me that I am absolutely enough for you. Build a strong, immovable altar of praise directly in the center of your daily life, and watch how my heavy, comforting presence completely fills your home. I see exactly how heavily you are isolating yourself right now. I watch you retreat into the quiet, lonely corners of your life when things get difficult. You have convinced your tired mind that it is completely safer to just be alone. You think that if you do not let anyone get too close, you will never be hurt, disappointed, or betrayed again. I intimately know the deep pain you carry from people who claim to follow me but severely damaged your trust. I know how heavily that hypocrisy stemmed your heart. But I forcefully command you to stop building those massive, thick walls around your soul. I completely understand your intense fear of vulnerability, but prolonged isolation is a highly dangerous, deadly trap set by the enemy. I absolutely did not create you to carry the crushing weight of your messy life completely by yourself. I strongly invite you to step out of the dark shadows and back into the healing light of genuine, authentic community. You desperately need the physical and spiritual strength that is uniquely found in the gathering of true believers. Look at the heavy, exhausting burdens you are dragging behind you every single day. The sudden financial crisis, the stubborn family conflict, the secret health scare. You are fiercely trying to manage all of it alone. I command you to actively let someone else help you carry that massive load. The undeniable power of my church is not found in a perfect building or a flawless performance. It is beautifully found when imperfect, broken people willingly bear one another's heavy burdens, completely fulfilling the pure law of Christ. When 2 or more of you deliberately gather in my powerful name, I promise you that I am standing directly in the center of that room, pouring out an intense, undeniable measure of my presence. You need a spiritual family to boldly walk alongside you in this difficult journey. You need people who will clearly and lovingly speak my solid truth into your life when your own mind is totally clouded by intense fear. Think of a sharp, heavy piece of iron striking against another piece of iron. It causes intense friction. It creates hot sparks. But it is the only possible way to violently sharpen a dull blade. I intentionally use the rough edges of other believers to aggressively sharpen your character, to challenge your weak faith, and to massively grow your patience. Stop running away the exact second a relationship becomes slightly uncomfortable. Lean into the friction. I command you to actively encourage someone else today. As the dark days grow much shorter and the terrifying chaos of the world heavily increases, you must urgently build up the people around you. Pick up your phone right now and call the friend you have been completely ignoring. Send a deeply encouraging, powerful message to the person who looks incredibly tired at your job. When you intentionally choose to pour my refreshing water into the dry, exhausted lives of others, I guarantee that I will heavily and completely saturate your own soul. Break out of your silent prison of loneliness today. Find your people, firmly lock your arms together, and boldly face the intense battles of life as a united, unbreakable front. Look closely at how intensely exhausted you are from constantly striving to produce results on your own. You are desperately running on a fast, endless treadmill, frantically trying to fix your massive problems, aggressively trying to secure your own future, and pushing yourself to the absolute brink of total burnout. Stop right now. I command you to completely cease this endless, exhausting hustle. You are acting exactly like a severed, broken branch lying on the cold ground, furiously trying to grow sweet fruit all by itself. It is scientifically and spiritually impossible. I am the strong, deeply rooted vine, and you are simply a branch. I want you to completely understand this absolute, non-negotiable truth. Apart from me, you can do absolutely nothing of massive, eternal value. I am heavily inviting you into the profound, quiet rest of simply abiding in me. Abiding does not mean frantically performing a million religious duties. Abiding simply means staying closely connected. It means waking up in the morning and deeply anchoring your chaotic thoughts in my solid truth before you ever touch your phone or rush out the door. You are desperately trying to draw your daily spiritual nutrients from the toxic, shallow soil of the internet, from the highly unreliable opinions of other people, and from the empty promises of worldly success. Those things will completely starve your spirit. I command you to start aggressively drawing your vital nutrients directly from my holy word and from constant, quiet prayer throughout your busy day. Just sit with me. Rest in the absolute certainty that my life-giving sap is freely flowing into you. I deeply know that you are currently experiencing a highly painful season of cutting and loss. Things are being rapidly stripped away from you. Opportunities, certain friendships, comfortable habits, and old ways of thinking. You feel entirely exposed and deeply hurt. But I clearly tell you, this is not an angry punishment. This is my careful, highly intentional pruning. I am the expert gardener, and I am deliberately cutting back the overgrown, completely useless branches of your life so that you can produce a massive, abundant harvest of new growth. If I leave the dead, diseased branches attached to you, they will eventually drain your energy and kill your potential. Trust the sharp, painful cut of my pruning shears. I am perfectly shaping you for a much greater purpose. Shift your entire focus from constantly doing for me to simply being with me. The massive, beautiful fruit of the Holy Spirit, deep love, absolute joy, unshakable peace, and immense patience, does not grow because you firmly grit your teeth and try harder. It naturally, effortlessly grows when you remain tightly attached to my heart. Let your deep, thirsty roots sink massively into the rich, dark soil of my total acceptance. When the fierce, terrifying winds of massive change blow violently through your life, you will not snap and you will not fall. You will stand firmly, perfectly secure, heavily laden with beautiful fruit, entirely because you made the quiet, daily choice to deeply abide in me. I clearly see the intense, quiet battles you are fiercely fighting completely behind closed doors. I see the specific, highly destructive habits you repeatedly fall into when you are incredibly tired, deeply stressed, or painfully lonely. I know the exact triggers that suddenly cause you to completely lose your temper, to seek out dark, temporary escapes, and to totally compromise your deep integrity. You constantly walk away from these miserable moments feeling completely flooded with intense, suffocating shame, secretly believing that you are totally powerless to ever change. I forcefully command you to instantly reject that massive, terrible lie. You are absolutely not a helpless victim to your own dark cravings. I have placed the exact same miraculous power that raised Jesus from the dead directly inside your physical body. I make you this absolute, unbreakable promise today. I will never, ever allow you to be tempted beyond what you can actually bear. In the exact, incredibly heated moment of your severe spiritual trial, right when the intense pull of sin feels totally overwhelming, I will always vividly provide a clear way of escape. Look for the exit door. I strongly command you to aggressively take the escape route the very second you see it. Put down the phone. Walk completely out of the dark room. Completely change the dangerous topic of a conversation. Do not stand there and foolishly negotiate with the dark enemy. You cannot play casually with a raging fire and honestly expect not to get severely burned. Rely heavily on the intense self-control that strictly comes from the Holy Spirit dwelling inside you. I fiercely invite you to open your spiritual eyes and recognize the incredibly predictable traps of the enemy long before they are suddenly sprung. He always offers you a highly exaggerated, cheap, totally fleeting pleasure in exchange for your deep, lasting, eternal joy. He aggressively wants you to trade your massive, beautiful inheritance for a worthless, temporary bowl of soup. Do not make the terrible, foolish trade today. I command you to boldly choose the massive, eternal reward over the immediate, shallow thrill of the world. Say a firm, loud, uncompromising no to the heavy darkness, and a massive, enthusiastic yes to my brilliant, pure holiness. You are a deeply loved child of the light, so I command you to actively walk in the blazing light where the dark enemy has absolutely no power over you. Bring your secret, highly shameful struggles entirely out of the dark shadows and confess them completely to me. The enemy's massive power over your daily life is entirely broken the exact second you expose his dark lies to my pure truth. You are highly equipped for absolute victory today. Stand up incredibly tall, fiercely put on your spiritual armor, and confidently crush the fierce temptations beneath your feet. I have completely equipped you to overcome this. Step fiercely forward in my absolute, unending strength. You often look closely at your incredibly ordinary, simple life and mistakenly conclude that you are totally insignificant. You deeply believe the massive lie that because you do not have a massive public platform, a huge bank account, or a prestigious job title, your daily life does not make any real difference in this dark, chaotic world. I forcefully command you to stop believing that toxic, paralyzing lie right now. I completely chose you, exactly where you are, to execute a highly critical, massive mission. You are the vibrant, completely irreplaceable light of the world. I strongly invite you to stop hiding your bright, beautiful faith under a heavy, suffocating basket of deep insecurity and intense fear of what other people might think. I intentionally placed you in your specific, difficult office. I put you in your exact, messy neighborhood. I gave you your incredibly complicated, challenging family. I did not put you there just so you can quietly survive and pay bills. I strategically placed you there to actively shine my massive, unconditional love directly into the darkest, most highly depressing corners of your environment. You are the specific salt designed to completely stop the moral decay happening heavily around you. Salt is incredibly small, but its massive impact is absolutely undeniable. I command you to boldly let your good, generous works loudly glorify your Father who is in heaven. When you choose to aggressively act with absolute, unbending integrity when absolutely no one else is watching, I clearly see it, and it massively shifts the spiritual atmosphere. When you answer a harsh, angry email with intense, shocking grace, you are violently pushing back the dark kingdom of hell. Do not ever underestimate the massive, unbelievable impact of a single, highly dedicated life completely surrendered to my service. You proudly represent my majestic kingdom everywhere your feet touch the ground. Walk into your daily life with incredible dignity, deep compassion, and overwhelming grace. I firmly invite you to deeply realize the massive, unstoppable ripple effect of your quiet faith. You boldly choosing to completely trust me today will heavily impact your children, your grandchildren, and people you will absolutely never meet on this side of eternity. Stop nervously waiting for a massive, spectacular moment to finally serve me. Serve me fiercely right now, in the highly ordinary, messy, totally unseen moments of your typical Tuesday afternoon. Be incredibly bold. Be a blazing, undeniable fire of warm hope in a world that is freezing entirely to death in deep despair. I am shining brilliantly through you today. Do not dare dim my bright light to make the dark world comfortable. I have powerfully commissioned you to be the blazing, undeniable light in a world freezing entirely to death in deep, suffocating despair. And now, I am directly calling you to physically fuel this massive, raging fire of eternal hope alongside me today. When you financially support this ministry, you are aggressively throwing life-saving ropes to millions of my children who are currently drowning in total darkness. Your generous gift is the brilliant, burning torch that violently forces the terrifying shadows of the enemy into a permanent, panicked retreat. Let your bright light fiercely shine before others right now, so that they may clearly see your generous deeds and deeply glorify your Father in heaven. The time is critically short, and this massive, unprecedented harvest of lost souls requires your urgent, immediate, unhesitating action today. Because you boldly honor me with your wealth, I will completely fill your barns with massive plenty and cause your vats to overflow with sweet, new wine. Fuel this roaring fire today by simply clicking super thanks, joining this channel as a vital member, or sending your divine offering through the PayPal link in the description beneath this video. Do not dare pause this now. We are standing at the absolute climax of your spiritual breakthrough. To turn away from me in this exact, critical moment would be to reject the massive, eternal armor I am personally forging for your protection. It deeply disappoints me when my children ignore my final, most powerful instructions simply because they are too busy to sit with their Father. Stand firm. Lean in closer. What I am about to speak over you next will completely alter the trajectory of your entire future. Do not miss it. I clearly hear the rushed, desperate prayers you frequently send up to me. I hear the long, highly detailed lists of massive requests, the urgent pleas for quick financial help, and the deep demands for instant physical healing. I absolutely love giving good, beautiful gifts to my precious children, and I deeply care about every single detail of your massive needs. But I gently, fiercely invite you to move much deeper today. Move entirely beyond just constantly asking for things, and begin to deeply, passionately desire my actual presence. You're treating me exactly like a massive, heavenly vending machine, getting highly frustrated when your specific answers do not immediately drop down. I forcefully command you to deeply prioritize the magnificent giver far above the temporary gifts in your daily walk. You carry a massive, aching hunger deep inside your chest that a new job, a better relationship, or a completely full bank account can absolutely never, ever satisfy. You were brilliantly designed for extreme, intense intimacy with the creator of the highly complex universe. The deep, suffocating void you constantly feel is your own soul fiercely crying out for me. I invite you to intentionally create a completely quiet, sacred space today just to simply sit and deeply know me. Do not bring your heavy, exhausting prayer list. Do not bring your intense complaints. Just bring your raw, totally open heart. Look directly at my face. The profound, life-altering transformation you are so desperately seeking does not happen because I magically change all your difficult circumstances. True massive transformation heavily occurs when you intentionally pause to behold my absolute, radiant glory. When you finally see how incredibly vast, how fiercely protective, and how totally loving I truly am, your massive earthly problems suddenly shrink down to their proper, tiny size. I ask you a highly personal, deeply challenging question right now. If everything else in your entire life was suddenly stripped entirely away, your money, your status, your comfort, would I still be absolutely enough for you? I intensely desire a massive, deeply rooted relationship built on mutual, fierce love and absolute devotion, not just a shallow transaction based on what I can constantly provide for you. I command you to forcefully tear down the thick, heavy veil of religious routine that keeps you feeling emotionally distant from my warm heart. I am deeply, incredibly close to you right this exact second. Breathe me in. Seek my face with absolute, unrelenting passion. When you fully find me, I completely promise you, you will absolutely discover that you have found everything you will ever desperately need. Let us walk together today, entirely hand in hand, intimately deeply connected in total love. Look closely at how tightly you are gripping the temporary things of this physical world. I see you intensely stressed about the exact size of your house, the make of your car, and the precise numbers in your retirement account. You are constantly exhausted because you are desperately trying to build a permanent, unshakable kingdom in a world that is completely temporary. Stop building your house on the shifting sand. I command you right now to deeply shift your perspective and keep your eyes completely fixed on the eternal things above, not on the fading, resting things of this earth. Think about it like a short stay in a temporary hotel room. You would never waste your valuable time and money painting the walls and buying new furniture for a room you are only going to sleep in for one single night. This entire world is just a temporary room. You are only passing through. I intensely invite you to stop living as if this chaotic, broken planet is your final destination. I make you this massive, unbreakable promise today. I have already prepared a beautiful, entirely secure place specifically for you in my Father's house. I know exactly what you love, and I have built a permanent home for you where there is absolutely no more crying, no more sickness, no more intense pain, and absolutely no more heavy financial stress. When you begin to actively live with an eternal perspective, it violently changes exactly how you see your massive problems today. The painful rejection you faced at work yesterday suddenly loses its sharp sting because you know your true, lasting promotion comes directly from me. The difficult sickness you are battling feels different when you completely understand the absolute hope of the resurrection and the vibrant, entirely perfect life that is actively waiting for you. Start passionately storing up your true treasures directly in heaven, where hungry moths and corrosive rust can never, ever destroy them. You store up heavy earthly treasures by hoarding your money, but you actively store up heavenly treasures by freely giving your love. Every single time you forgive someone who deeply hurt you, You are making a massive deposit into eternity. Every time you generously help a stranger without taking any credit, you are sending a beautiful treasure ahead of you. Release your tight, anxious grip on your earthly possessions today. Let the deep, profound peace of knowing that this world is absolutely not your final home completely wash over your tired mind. You are a royal citizen of heaven entirely. Walk through your difficult Tuesday afternoon with the quiet, unshakable confidence of someone who already knows the final, deeply victorious end of the entire story. Listen very carefully to the words that constantly fall out of your mouth. I see you casually complaining about your difficult job, harshly criticizing your own body in the mirror, and speaking terrible defeat over your confusing future. You treat your words as if they are completely empty and entirely harmless. Stop speaking death over your own life. I heavily command you to fully understand this massive, undeniable truth. Literal life and literal death are held securely in the power of your human tongue. Your words are exactly like tiny, powerful seeds. Every single time you speak, you are actively planting a seed in the soil of your future. If you constantly plant bitter seeds of complaint, deep anxiety, and harsh anger, you are going to fiercely harvest a highly toxic, miserable life. I firmly invite you to completely change your vocabulary today. Start actively speaking pure life over your heavy circumstances and over the broken people directly around you. When you look at your empty bank account, do not loudly declare, "I am going to completely fail." Instead, proudly open your mouth and declare, "My God is supplying absolutely all of my needs." When your child is intensely struggling, do not call them a failure. Speak to the massive potential buried deep inside them. Use your given voice to deeply build up, to fiercely encourage, and to bring total healing into every single room you walk into. I heavily command you to immediately stop participating in the toxic gossip that darkens your spirit at work. Refrain entirely from the useless complaints that drain your precious energy. When people around you are tearing someone down, actively choose to be the single voice that speaks overwhelming grace. Line your daily speech entirely with the unbreakable promises clearly found in Scripture. If I say you are totally forgiven, do not dare open your mouth and call yourself highly condemned. If I say you are deeply loved, do not casually joke about how completely unlovable you are. The words you aggressively declare with your own mouth have a massive, undeniable creative force. Just as I entirely created the universe by simply speaking it into existence, I have given you the profound ability to fiercely shape your own reality through the power of bold faith. Replace your weak "I cannot" with a massive, roaring "I can do absolutely all things through Christ." Speak my truth out loud in your empty car. Speak it in the quiet shower. Declare it over your sleeping children. Let your loud, confident words become a massive, flaming sword that completely cuts through the heavy darkness of your current situation. I deeply feel the heavy sadness in your heart when you think I am incredibly far away. I know there are quiet, painful moments when you pray and it feels like your desperate words are just bouncing sharply off a cold, concrete ceiling. You secretly wonder if you have done something so entirely terrible that I have permanently turned my back on you. I forcefully command you to completely banish that massive lie from your mind right now. I have permanently completely removed the thick, heavy veil that kept you feeling distant from my warm heart. You do not have to climb a massive mountain, perform a complicated religious ritual, or completely clean up your messy life just to get my direct attention. The door to my throne room is entirely, completely wide open to you this exact second. I forcefully invite you to boldly walk through the open door of prayer that is permanently available to you. You are completely forgetting the massive, bloody sacrifice made directly at the cross. When my son violently died for you, he entirely bridged the massive, impossible gap between your human mess and my holy perfection. There is absolutely no distance left between us. I want to offer you the profound, incredible comfort of knowing that I am physically closer to you than the very breath actively filling your lungs right now. When you quietly cry in your car, I am sitting entirely right next to you. When you lie awake staring at the dark ceiling, I am gently resting my hand completely on your chest. You are never, ever entirely alone. I am intensely restoring the deep, beautiful fellowship that was originally meant to be yours from the very beginning of creation. I do not just want to be a distant emergency contact you only call when your life completely falls apart. I aggressively want to be your closest, most trusted friend. I invite you to intimately walk with me in the quiet, peaceful garden of your soul every single day. Talk to me exactly like you would talk to a person sitting directly across the kitchen table from you. Tell me what made you laugh today. Tell me what intensely annoyed you. Let me entirely into the boring, ordinary, and extremely messy parts of your specific day. I am deeply listening. The connection is absolutely, perfectly clear. Reach out your hand right now in the quietness of your room, and let me strongly hold it. Our 1 minute of quiet conversation is coming to a close, but I want you to know with absolute, unshakable certainty that my heavy, comforting presence is not leaving this room. I make you this massive, unbreakable, eternal promise today. I will absolutely never leave you, and I will entirely never, ever forsake you until the very end of time itself. When you close this video, when you stand up from your chair, and when you walk directly back into the loud, demanding chaos of your normal life, I am walking completely with you. You are absolutely not going back into the terrifying battle alone. I am fiercely wrapping you in the deep, profound peace I leave entirely with you, a massive, solid peace that this broken world can never, ever give you, and a peace the world can absolutely never take away. I command you to actively go now in the massive, surging strength of this exact 1 minute conversation. Do not just heavily walk away and immediately forget exactly what we have intimately discussed. Take a deep, final breath right now and entirely absorb the massive power I have just poured directly into your tired spirit. Lift your heavy head up. Put your shoulders back. Be incredibly bold. Be fiercely strong, and do not be entirely terrified of the massive challenges waiting for you outside your door. You can boldly face the difficult phone call, the heavy financial pressure, and the intense family conflict because the Lord your God is standing violently with you, completely ready to heavily defend you at every single turn. May my warm, brilliant face entirely shine upon you today and fiercely grant you His absolute eternal favor. When you interact with angry people, may they clearly see my bright light violently shining through your calm eyes. When you incredibly lack the exact resources you need, may my sudden, massive favor completely open impossible doors that no human could ever unlock. Hear my final, deep whisper directly in your ear before you completely step forward into your day. I deeply love you, my beautiful child, with a fierce, burning, unbreakable love that will absolutely never, ever fail you. Now go. Step aggressively into your beautiful life, entirely enveloped in my massive grace. You are completely ready. As you boldly step out heavily enveloped in my massive grace from this profound 1 minute conversation, do not walk away from this altar empty-handed. I profoundly invite you to actively seal this monumental, life-changing encounter by sowing a radical, faith-filled seed directly into my holy work. Your deliberate support ensures that this exact life-saving whisper rapidly reaches the desperate, crying soul who absolutely needs it to survive tonight. You are physically bringing the fresh, daily manna directly to the starving wanderers trapped entirely in the brutal, barren wilderness of life. Bring the whole, generous tithe into the storehouse, and vigorously test me in this. See if I will not violently throw open the floodgates of heaven over your family. This is not a mere human transaction. It is a highly critical, prophetic alignment with my massive, eternal kingdom right in this exact second. I solemnly promise to aggressively rebuke the dark devourer for your sake, heavily shielding your personal finances and pouring out a massive, hundredfold return upon your life. Lock arms with me right now by giving a powerful super thanks, becoming an active member, or using the secure PayPal link purposely placed in the description below. Our 60 seconds of stillness have passed, but your massive, unstoppable transformation has only just begun. I forcefully invite you to boldly seal this sacred encounter right now, not with a silent, fleeting thought, but with a fierce, public declaration of your unshakable faith. Go down to the comments and type these exact words. I gave God my 1 minute, and He is taking complete control of my life. Let this open declaration be the absolute, undeniable proof that you have permanently dropped your heavy, exhausting burdens at my feet today. Now, step confidently away from this screen, entirely enveloped in my massive, unbreakable peace, and watch how I completely conquer your tomorrow. Amen.